Hey there, beloved saints. Uh, there was a stabbing at a church here in Virginia uh, yesterday, and it's at Grace Covenant Church. See, there's very few real gospel preaching churches, real men of God. If you don't think this is a spiritual battle, you need to open your eyes. It's spirits that work in these people to stir up hatred and offense against men of God, against people of God. That's why Paul said, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness of this world, and spiritual wickedness in high places. These things can work in people. It can tell them that it's their idea to do it, that they were harmed or they were offended by a person of God. And it's just horrible. You see more and more of this stuff. People all of a sudden feeling the need to go in and shoot up churches or attack somebody in a Bible study. And that's exactly what was going on at this church. I'll read you some of this here. It says, a stabbing at the Chantilly church left multiple people injured after a man in a group event at the church allegedly went after the pastor who was in charge of the Bible study. The stabbing happened around 3 p.m. Saturday at the Grace Covenant Church. Two members of the church stepped into the way of the attacker who was going after the pastor, and I think the police officer was also injured. They came to the aid of the pastor, and the pastor themselves were all injured. Both the church member and the pastor were taken to the hospital, and another member was injured but didn't go. They restrained the 32-year-old suspect and pulled him away from the pastor without injuring him too much. And he also assaulted the police officer. Uh, so, I just wanted to tell you, you're going to see more and more of this stuff. You're going to see a hatred against true Christians, people of God, anything that has to do with God. You're going to see an animosity grow for us. Uh, uh, all kinds of reasons. They'll have their reasons. We're hypocrites. We're not loving. We're something, and it's going to keep happening. And I guarantee you, it's not the person. I guarantee you, it's some kind of spirit moving them. So I just ask that you pray for the Grace Covenant Church people. I don't know their doctrine, and even if their website says something that's not perfect in the gospel, it doesn't mean they're not saved. We should pray for these people at Grace Covenant Church in Fairfax, Virginia, and also pray for the person that was the perpetrator. Pray that instead of having anger against God, that he'll come to know God's love for him through Christ. Okay, you guys. God bless.